Greetings from Layton, Utah. We're here at the Kays Creek Trail en route to the Hobbs Reservoir. I'm joined by the ever-energetic Coco. So we're at the start of the trail right now. I'm gonna begin walking. It's about 79 degrees. Can't remember last time I did this walk on video, if I did it during the summertime or not. Yeah, beautiful early September day. It is 4:20 p.m. Mountain Time, and I have this camera attached to my chest mount, and it's supposed to keep a straight-on angle. She already went to the restroom on the way here, but let me grab another baggie just in case I need one. I have more in my backpack, but put another one in my pocket. For anyone who has seen videos of Coco before, she's very happy but very energetic. If she comes across any person or any dog, she wants to just like jump and jump and jump in a playful manner, never an attacking manner, but in the same note. I never take any chances with that, so I try to shorten up the leash if I see people coming by. But we'll see. Sometimes once she actually gets going on her walk, depending on the weather too, she will get a little bit tired and not so jumpy when others come across. One time I did this video in full. Apologies if my hand cuts across the camera occasionally. There's like flies or bees that buzz around and I go to swat them. But yeah, the last time I actually did this fully on video, I think we went and filmed it to the creek where Coco would play in the little body of water over a tiny bridge. I'm not referring to the Hobbs Reservoir. That's the big body of water. But beyond that tiny bridge with a little bit of water from the creek, if you keep on going, there's actually a route. I don't want to call this mountain, I'll call it hill. There's almost like a mountainous trail within the hill. And I've only done that once. That was a couple of years ago. Like, geez, you gotta be careful when you're walking around here. There's just a wasp hopping around on the ground, not even flying. So the last thing you want is Coco to step on that. Or me, for that matter. Even though I've walked the beginning part of this trail a lot, this is the most I've ever seen of insects, so I'll have to be conscious of that. Maybe not let Coco go diving like she usually likes to do, diving into the grass and the weeds. Let's see here. Is this camera picking up Coco? Not really. I don't know if I can angle it down too much. Yeah, it's more so going straight ahead rather than getting Coco. Let me see if I can adjust that just a hair. No, Coco, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. She's trying to go into the stuff. Normally I'd let her play around, but let's see here. Can I adjust this downward? I want it to be tilt locked mode. Let's see if I can Bear with me for a second. If I point down like that and then do tilt locked, that might do it a little bit. Maybe I'll try mixing it up and occasionally show Coco, because now you're not getting to see the mountains. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll try to vary it. So, like right now, the shot is looking at Coco, but I can pan upward and get us back to seeing that sky and the mountains in the far background. Come on, Coco. We got plenty of leaves and trees to sniff today. And I'll see, because of the sun, if I feel like she's too tired at a certain point, I'll just turn around. It's not like I'm saying, oh, we're 100% doing this mission, Coco. Just always see what her limit is. Eventually we'll get to a part of the trail where it's all, or mostly in the shade like this brief stretch was. Oh. Hey there. Yeah, usually I don't see a ton of people walking down here, but it's always felt safe, and there are enough people walking, biking, jogging, to where it definitely doesn't feel isolated. And you're in a neighborhood that's very safe. When I say neighborhood, I mean like we're down in Kays Creek Parkway right now, but if you exited the parkway in all directions 360 degrees, you would see a bunch of nice houses. some spots along the trail you've got small benches. I think when you get really far, like by the pretty much the end of the trail, where that little river or little creek is with the tiny bridge, there is, I think it's a picnic table, because I was going to say there's really no places here to camp, not camp, but like have a little group picnic thing. When I say group, it would obviously be a small group, like 2 to 4 people, but I think that's a picnic table over there if someone were to bring like food in their backpack. You getting a little tired, Coco? Usually I'm not walking side by side with her. Usually she's always walking ahead of me. Another thing you have to be conscious of is, even though it's only a 79-degree day, you can imagine the sun on the pavement. Pavement's probably a little bit warm. So how does that feel on her paws? This area up here, I mean, it's not often you'll see like construction being done in a park like this. But when I came down here last month, I saw some signage, and I think I read a little article online that they are expanding the parking lot at this spot right here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only place where there would be a parking lot to utilize the trail. So if you have a car and you're not necessarily in the neighborhood, or even if you are in the neighborhood, this is the ideal spot to drive down and begin the trail. And it's probably more convenient because if you start here, you don't have to walk the distance we just did if you're looking to get to the reservoir area, for example. Yeah, there's the construction. I'm expanding the parking lot. Let's try to get a picture of that. Oh, and it looks like they are also installing a bathroom here. That's really nice. Because that was one of the things too before. You know, they never had a bathroom down here, so if you had to go and you're deep into the trail and didn't park here, you're kind of out of luck. I wonder if they'll install like a water fountain. That must be what some of this digging on this side is. They're probably working some pipes in there. Yeah, she's always happy. Come on, Coco. Yeah, there's the roadway. So right now I think they still have they still have a little bit of access to the parking lot. They didn't like shut it off. There's another one of those benches along the way. What's that marker there? It says Hastings cut off Kays Creek after leaving to our right the Weber River, which implies itself in Salt Lake, blah blah. I think it's just a quote from someone. Let's go, Coco. She's probably gonna lay down. Yep, sure enough. She found some shade and she's laying down now. This way, Coco. See, she sees another human. It's like, now I want to run. I gotta chase him. Coco, let me fix your ear. Don't lay down in the mud, Coco. All right, Coco. We can't go to every patch of grass we see and lay down. Uh-oh, she's got the... Let me pause this while I undo the leash from her. All right. You know, when I walk this in the past, like 100% of the time I take this part to the left side here. I'm going to go ahead and look at the map and see where, I mean, I know I've come once like back on the right side, but I want to see where this goes. I think it meets up with the Hobbs Reservoir. Let's see here. You are here. So we started here. I don't know if it's pointing at it, but we started down here. We've walked here. So you got the two sides that are going to meet up at the Hobbs Reservoir. And then there's that Hobbs footpath that would go in the thing. So I guess I would be... I guess it would probably make sense to take this way, because then you could potentially take the other way on the way back. Let's see what it says there. En route to... Alright, yeah, we'll just go up this way, Coco. In case you're wondering why I'm stopped. There's roadkill on the ground. I wonder how much of Coco's panting comes through on the video sound. We're almost up the hill, Coco. See, the hill is done, Coco. And we get a nice view of the Hobbs Reservoir. Wait a minute, what is this? Okay, that doesn't look good. Trail closed. Fuel mitigation event in progress. Now it looks like there was yellow caution tape and people either fell apart or tore it down, but I'm sure you could advance, and that's where you would have to keep going to get to that cute little area. But yeah, when I see that sign, I don't know, I don't think I should really proceed. So let's go this way and check out the Hobbs Reservoir at least. Got that green water look. I'm going to pause the video for a second, snap some pictures. Always beautiful sight. Now because that area I normally would go to appears closed, and I am surprised that there's like no one at the Hobbs Reservoir right now. Usually you would see like 3 small groups of people out by the water, but there's nothing there right now. There's like a small trail we could get to right there, you get closer to the water, but we'll see if there's a fuel mitigation thing over here, because if not, we can at least go up to the Hobbs Reservoir that way. So if you remember not too long ago when there was that crossroads, I could have either gone left or right, and I was looking at the sign and I ended up going left. Now if I would have gone right, it would have just taken me to this end over here. So we will see whether there's a fuel mitigation sign over here. Let me get a shot of the water this direction too. I usually don't see the depth of it from this direction. You can see how far it goes that way. If you actually take the hilly route, it's really nice because you're like right now we're above the water, but you really get above it but almost like level with it, and you get some really pretty views if you're a picture taker. So if I'm not mistaken, I think going left here and then taking that route upward. Oh look, there's a deer that way. I think going up that way would take you to the street level. There's no sign here precluding us from going down. So let's have a look. Yeah, that deer I saw, I don't think I captured on camera, but it came from my left here and sort of looked like it went up this hill right to my right. Usually you don't see one deer by itself, but at my glance right now I don't see other deer in the vicinity. Is this that spot? No, I think it's further down. Yeah, I mean, this is a spot where you can go up to the water a little bit, and it has actually like a platform. But I don't know, maybe this was it. I'm pretty sure there was a, I'm gonna keep walking. Pretty sure there was a bigger path to go down. If not, oh well. But I have a distinct memory. Yeah, there's got to be a bigger one a little bit up ahead. Because the one time my partner and I did go actually in the hills over here, and we were coming back. There was like a wider area where two other dogs were swimming and chasing tennis balls in the water. And we let Coco go somewhat close to the water there. Let's see here, what is this? Oh, we got some stairs. You know what? I think that was it. So, what you're seeing here is like what I would have gone to, but it would have started all the way over there, and this is like the end point. So I'm going in the, I'm not going to take the whole route, but yeah, so I guess that spot with the tennis balls that I just saw earlier was the spot. The water must be a little bit higher than it was when we went that last time. Alright, you gotta be careful, because Coco, I don't know if you'll just try climbing down this hill and dragging me with you. And I am not a swimmer at all. Let's grab a picture here. Oh, rather than showing you me taking a picture, let me pause this. All right. So again, the one time I did this, I was going the opposite way. And I don't think I'm gonna go like all the way. I just want to show a snippet. And it is still a little bit, I don't want to call it muddy, but go on, Coco. She's timid, she doesn't want to go. I don't want to extend the leash too long because I'm afraid she's just gonna like try to hop down. That way, Coco, where there's flat ground. See, you got this tree here that you go under. Coco's like, where do I go? You go that way. I don't know, maybe I will walk this and see. Tough thing is that fumigation sign from the other end. Or it didn't say fumigation, it said fuel mitigation, I think. trying to be opportunistic and snag these pictures while I can. See, she's a little more active now that it's straighter ground and the temperature feels like 10 degrees cooler. Oh no, Coco. Now we gotta carry a poop bag around. Alright, scooped up the poop. Now if she goes a third time, I'll have to stop and reach into my backpack and grab my other doggy bags. Somewhere far in the distance, not the direction I am, but almost like behind me and where the houses would be, I hear some like hooping and hollering, like people going, ooh, hoo, hoo, yeah, like celebrating something. The thing, if I recall correctly, that's nice about this is that it's not like you go in it and go out. You still get a decent length hike out of this. Not that way, Coco. They got a little slick on the ground there if we saw the camera jerk. Come on, Coco. Where, Coco? Coco. Come on, Coco. Trying to think. Is this the only way across? Come here, Coco. Yeah, so I was trying to be patient. I don't know what the camera work was showing there, but there was like some boards with nails in them that you had to go across. Oh, all right, we got two different paths here. Although I don't think that's a path quite on the, I don't think that's a path that way. It kind of looks like it's too wooded. I think the path is more on the left here. But yeah, it was like a river. I mean, the creek was there, but you had to cross it with, well, for me, the board, she could go across the water. Granted, I could have gone across the water too, but trying not to submerge my shoes. Plus, there were 3 people camping there. So you might have noticed I paused before I went in that area because I was trying to like survey from a distance to make sure, just get a vibe of the scene. Make sure there wasn't like any danger situation. I think I was just probably looking at my phone on the camera. It's one of those moments where you forget that you're filming. Usually when I try to use my phone out in the while I'm recording a trail like this, I try to hold my phone to the side so that it's not being in the way of the camera. Hopefully we don't end up in like a dead end here, because this shrubbery looks pretty. All right, we're just gonna have to go for this. Go, Coco. Yeah, a little overgrown in some spots. I mean, one way that you know you're not getting like lost per se is anytime, if I look to my left, it may not show up on the camera, but the Hobbs Reservoir, we're like right on the border of it. If I look to my left and there was no reservoir, I might be like, where am I? I think it's that guy who jogged past me earlier. Oh.
Came in the mail.
Yeah, that's the guy who jogged past us briefly earlier. Look at this. This is kind of strange. This is like a barbed wire fence here that they have. I guess they don't want you venturing up that way for some reason. Well, if that guy, the barbed wire continues over here on the right. I don't know if that's because of animals or where is this going? Oh, we gotta go over here to the right. I was like, this looks like a dead end at the creek. But over here, there's a spot. Coco's seeing that water and wants it. I think we're not too far from more water, Coco. Don't jump off this, Coco. Oh, of course, she jumps off of it. I was stopping because that was another nice picture opportunity. Oh, okay, where is this now? Alright, well now I'm a little, I guess, that's funny, Coco's found the trail quicker than I did. I was like, where's the trail at? She found it. You're smarter than me, Coco. Or quicker on the eyes. I guess she is at ground level, she can see. Maybe she has that scent of where other people have been walking. No, sometimes she just wants to venture off into the grass. Stick to the trail now, Coco. Gotta spin around so I don't get tangled up here. We're climbing upward. Go on, Coco. Another thing I like about this is that it immerses you well enough in nature, gives you the sense of a hike, but it also is not tiring you out because it's not like you're climbing drastic hills, but there's enough elevation changes to still mix it up and keep it fun. Alright, now where do we go? We got two paths here. That one looks like it takes us strictly by the reservoir. I think we want to continue up the hill. Let's try this way, Coco. Come on. I was just talking about hills and there not being many, and now we're climbing one. Some cactuses on the cacti on the ground, and we're back into sunlight, so I feel like we're probably close or getting closer to an entryway for the trail. I could be wrong on that though. We haven't come across, there was one spot I remember taking a picture of that one time we did it, and maybe it's this right here, because I was just talking about earlier how we were like up in the hill and you got a nice view of the water. Yep, I think it was, I don't know, that doesn't actually look too picturesque because all those dead looking trees are in the way. I think maybe it was more up here they gave us that view. Yeah, I think like right here was kind of a nice shot. I don't remember those trees being so dead in the past. And the sun is in our way right now, so let's keep going. See the good variety here though? mixing in some of these carved stairs. Careful, Coco. Hey, you can go on the side. It's worse to have come from the shade and now back in the sun because I was digging that shade. That's almost a better shot right there. All right, enough pictures, Coco. I think I've got enough pictures stocked up. So we are actually pretty high up. So I think when I said earlier that we might be near the end, it might be closer to like the 3/4 mark. Oh, don't drag me down the stairs, Coco. Easy, girl. That's challenging because she wants to just go and I'm in the middle of... These are tall steps. It's not like you're just going down small steps. And when she's on a street and she sees a hill like this downward, she's always... Her instinct is to just use that momentum and just start sprinting almost. Alright, I was going to say that we were pretty high up for the elevation and it may take a while to get back down, but now I see we're like quickly leveling downward. And even though I walk Coco often, I am by no means a like expert dog walker. Not that you have to be, but by that I'm just trying to say there may be other people who watch this video and be like, what's he doing? So I maintain a degree of being cautious. That's all I'm trying to say. Cautious for my comfort level. Plus another thing I think of is you never know if there's another hiker just around the corner. I don't want to have the leash fully extended and then Coco, like, we turn a corner and she's right on top of someone and jumps at him. You're doing really good, Coco. She hasn't been on this particular thing since probably, that might have been, I don't know if that was right after COVID or pre-COVID. I think it was pre-COVID. Like, it might have been 2019. No, it wasn't 2019. We didn't even have Coco back then. What am I talking about? So yeah, it must have been just post-COVID. Like around maybe it was August 2021 or July 2021, somewhere around there. So she hasn't done this walk in like 2 years. Now we gotta go this way, Coco. It's a little hard to recognize there for her. Yeah, see, that would put us at ground level, right at the creek. But we want to keep going along the trail. Looks like we're to go back up briefly. Coco's confused, like, why aren't we going to the water? Believe me, Coco, I'm hoping that I get you to the water, your favorite water spot, pretty soon. She'll be overjoyed at that. Oh, some steep stairs here going down. I lied about my pictures. I gotta take one there going down. All right. Easy, Coco. This way, Coco. You know what? I don't know if it's this way or that way. You might have had a hunch there, Coco. Let's cross over. The reason I was saying this is because over there's a sign that says private property. I don't know if that's referring to, I feel like there's a little bridge over here that might connect the two sides if you had kept going that way. Or not. Yeah, I think that's just private property. Not that a person owns it, I don't know. I think it's just the city telling you don't go this way. We definitely picked the right direction though. Otherwise you wouldn't have these stairs shaped like they are. Oh, and I think this is it, Coco. Just a few more stairs. Come on. Come on, girl. I know. Give her a little rest. And we're back to the trail. And I think we go to the left here to get to the river. That feels good. I can extend the leash again. Not only is she gonna get to enjoy a water break, but I'm gonna enjoy some water too for the first time. Once we get near that picnic area table I was referring to earlier. There's this group that I watch, and they're based in New York City, but they travel sometimes. Their name YouTube channel is James and Carla, but they have Hudson the dog. Pretty much in all of their videos, Hudson is with them, either walking with them or just in the video in some capacity. But occasionally they'll do like a Hudson cam where they'll do their walk, but they'll have like a camera mounted to the dog. So that would be kind of a fun fun thing to do once. I'm sure the camera would be crazy when she jumps. But might make for some interesting stuff. That wouldn't be like an everyday video, but I'm always looking for specialty content, or like when I start driving, occasionally it'd be nice to just throw the camera on the dashboard and do some commentary as I'm driving around either a city or making a road trip somewhere. Again, that would not be an everyday thing, because as much as I love making content, I hate not capturing stuff if you're going to go somewhere that you don't always go to. Sometimes you do just want to truly like relax and unwind and not have to think about narration, just kind of like completely relax. That's not to say these videos aren't relaxing, because that's a large part in why I do them. They are very relaxing. And here's that little creek area that I was talking about with the tiny bridge. You can see Coco. Let me get the camera down because she's she's getting excited. And she's gulping up that water. Sorry, I'm doing a picture, that's why I was taking the camera off her. Soak it in, Coco. I've kind of got some sun glare a little bit here, so I'm going to take her over the bridge and walk her on the other side. Oh, come on, Coco. Surely you want more. I'm just going to stand here and let her do her thing. She's earned it. Sometimes she likes going over here to the left side. Don't jump off. We'll do the little walk around here. Yeah, she likes going over the rocks, kind of getting it right from where it's flowing from. All right, well, we're not going that far, Coco. Let's go back this way. Fine, we'll let her go. Yeah, that's that sun glare in the camera's eye. Sorry, Coco, I'm just making it so that all the viewers can watch you and not be blinded. I try to let her take her time here because, you know, for as much as we walked, it is a long walk back. So it's not like we're finished. But I'm going to stop the video once we're done here in a little bit. Alright, so she's venturing off by the picnic table. Well, if you enjoyed this walk with Coco through Kays Creek Parkway, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and me and Coco will see you next time. Isn't that right, Coco? Say bye to the viewers for them. She's like, I want to go, and I got the rope under her now. Bye, Coco.